Hi, Chris Glatzel with Healing Heart Workshops. Today this is just my video about explaining what you're going to be getting into, in the next few weeks. You're going to be getting a video every week. You'll get one later on this week. And it'll be different areas of our lives that we struggle with, inadequacy, insecurity, how we cope with things. You know, we all go through stuff like that. We all go through it. And I'm going to be relating it. This is a faith-based program. And so we will be relating to the Godhead, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. And we'll be doing that through some praying and other things. So I just wanted to talk to you today about what to expect. So when you go start your first workshop, you're all set up, you're all ready to go. So this method of healing art is it's called different things in different places. Expressive, intuitive, whatever, and it's basically just allowing yourself to ponder something. While you're pondering that, you are putting color, line, shape onto a canvas with paint, and you're letting something come out of you that then you'll be able to look at and it'll have a conversation with. Basically, that's how a lot of people put it. So it's a kind of an age-old way to do things. Art therapists use this a lot. We are not art therapists. We are therapeutic artists with a spiritual content. My background is art. I've had an art studio, taught people how to paint, and taught in school for a long time. And I've painted on my own. I love art. Honestly, this method is new for me because of my background and as an artist. I always wanted to, what they call, dominate the painting or direct it so that I came out with something looking like something, and have worked really hard to do those kind of things. And it's difficult to just paint with emotion. So for those of you who are not artists, who are like, man, I can't even draw a stick man, yay. You're kind of at an advantage in this process because you'll be able to learn how to just express yourself with emotion, and the skill sets can come later. You know what I mean? You don't need any skill for this. It's not supposed to look like anything specific. And we really want to be able to for you to be able to tell your story abstractly, okay? So, yeah, I just want to show you one thing right up here behind me. My daughter, she's amazing. If you can see that painting. I don't know if you can see it back there. Yeah, that was an old master's, but my daughter did that when she was 16. I'm like, so I come from a long line of artistic people. I have 6 kids, and 2 of them are very artistic. A couple of them are kind of artistic, and the rest of them are like musical or some kind of gifting somehow. I have one son who is a marathon runner. He's awesome. Yeah, and he's an engineer as well. So he didn't get the artistic, creative end of things, except for he does think way outside the box, and he creates software. Come on, that's hard. That makes that your brain has to really be creative to do that. So it's interesting how they all, where I really believe that we're all meant to be creative. I think that it's my belief that we were created in the image of God, who says in the very beginning, I created, so if he created us to be creative, then we all have that in us somewhere. And like a handwriting, your handwriting is very distinct. So is your brush stroke, or so is your method of applying paint. It'll become distinct to you. It'll look interesting to you. I mean, it'll look distinct to you, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, yeah, so this is gonna be fun. This is a healing process. Healing happens when we uncover things that we didn't know were there, feelings, emotions, and we let that surface and we deal with it. So if some things surface that you don't know how to deal with, and that you're like, oh, that I hadn't thought about for years. There's a lot of things that could happen. So I want you to be able to have a resource for that. There are several. You could call a counselor near you. Go see your pastor. Bring them your artwork and say, this is what came up, and discuss it. You could email us with quick questions. We'll try to answer. Me and my team will be on it, and we'll have a Facebook page that you can join and share with other people, even privately. And then I'm gonna attach a number for a specific inner healing organization that I belong to. That would be very, very helpful. And you can Skype call with them, or my team also can do Skype. So there's a lot of resources out here. Don't be scared. Just let yourself experience what you need to experience in each one of these modules. And I think you're going to have a really good time. Hopefully it'll be fun. Enjoy the process, not the product. It's all about the process, right? So yeah, we have a lot of supplies that I have listed, and I just want to go through them quick. First of all, you need something to cover your table. Before you start, have a room or have a space, or if you don't have that, just get your dining room table, cover it up with something safe, and then put on an apron, because acrylic paint will stick to most things. It won't come out. It does come out of your hands if you scrub them. I didn't do that yet. Washing doesn't quite get them out, but you have to scrub. Anyway, so I just want to talk about the colors that we use. You can get really inexpensive paint from Walmart. These are from Walmart, and they're just little ones. You can get them in all the colors you need, or you can buy a large version. Sometimes I buy the large version of the white just because it's used the most. Maybe not in this process, but later on when you actually paint. So if you want paint on hand for another project, this is the large white. The colors that we're going to be used are the 3 primary, 3 secondary, and then black, white, and brown. So we just kind of put it on our plate like this. So we have the 3 primary are yellow, red, blue. The secondaries are yellow and red make orange, right? And yellow and blue make purple. And yellow and blue make green. So those are the secondary colors. And in addition, we have black, white, and brown. You probably can't see the white there because it's white, and so it's black. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know that when you have paint, if you've poured out too much, one thing you can do is wet the edges of your styrofoam plate and put another one on top. You can even tape it if you want. And this makes a really nice little seal. Get a little paint on there, it's stuck hard, it's hard to peel off, but it makes a really nice seal, which you can keep in the refrigerator for like a couple weeks. So you can keep your paint fresh, and you don't have to worry about wasting it. So that's nice. I'm always thinking about, how to save money. So that's one way. The other thing that we don't have, we're not going to be using brushes for the reason that we talked about before, about we want it to be abstract. So to kind of keep you in that mode of thinking it's abstract, we have a couple tools, and you can add any more if you want. If you find other kind of tool things that you want to use, even your hands. Fingers make great tools. They're actually really good at moving things around and dot, 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 and all kinds of, you can really do a lot with finger paint. I mean, there's a whole YouTube video lady out there that does a ton of amazing, intricate finger painting. So we do some of those in our studio, and it's really fun to let people just have gloves and go for it, But some of the things that we recommend are Q-tips. They're very easily, you can get them at the dollar store, and you can get a big bunch of them, and they're really easy to use. So these are for lines and dots and any kind of squiggles, whatever. You can use 3 at a time and make a thing fun. The other thing is our sponge. It's a makeup sponge, but you can use the bottom You can use the side, you can use the top for a line, you can use the whole thing to smear, you can do all sorts of things with these sponges. So you may even find that this is more fun than, if you've ever used a brush, more fun than a brush, because you can do so many more things with them. One of my favorite things is these little applicators. And you can wash all these out. You can wash out the sponges if you want to keep them, and you can wash out these applicators. And they're nice because you can kind of manipulate and tap, tap, tap and do all kinds of things with these two, or use the end. There's, you know, use any part of it that you want. So those are our tools. And I'm sure that you can find other things to use tools. I had a friend that used bubble wrap to pounce. You can use plastic wrap to move stuff around. So there's all kinds of things that get really fun. But the point of this is not the techniques necessarily, but the expression that you're able to get out of it, and what it means to you, you know. So the list of supplies: the styrofoam plate, the brushes, the Q-tips, the aprons to protect our clothing, canvases. So let's talk about the canvases. I would recommend keeping these for an art journal. So whichever you think you would be able to do, you can hang them on the wall, or you could keep them. We have several sizes here. We have, not several, two, 8 by 10 sizes. They come in a packet from Walmart. And I'm recommending Walmart, but I mean, realistically, you can get them anywhere, craft stores or whatever. If you go to the Michaels and things, watch for sales. Bigger packets of 11 by 14 come like this. Let me see, turn it around. 11 by 14, they come in a 3-pack. And these are about, I don't know, these run about $6 or something. And you can get, so that's not very much for each one. Maybe they run, or you can, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, check out the prices. So there's 8 by 10s or 11 by 14s. You can choose either size. I have here an 11 by 14 size. I just want to show you the back of it. The front of it I've painted on, so I don't want to show you that yet. But so there's three other options. You can use canvas board, like I just showed you. These little boards, they're real thin, and then go into a frame. You can get them from the dollar store. Or this is stretched canvas, so it's around a frame. And usually you can get them with their staple back, so they look nice. You know, they're not, you don't see all the staples on the sides. Or you can get pads of canvas paper that is meant just for acrylics or watercolor or whatever, and you can paint right on the paper. So if you wanted to keep your art journal in a binder, you could punch holes in those papers and have them to use, and it's really inexpensive. It's like $6 for a pad of 10, and you're going to be doing 6 lessons, so that would work really well. So it's up to you what you want to do, and what kind of thing. So shop around, get your supplies ready. You can look online for prices and things, and whatever's available in your order area. I know several of those stores ship. So if you're in an area where you don't have that kind of availability, you can always get it online. And so we talked about you being creative. I really want you to realize that you are. A lot of people say I'm not creative, but hopefully we'll bring a little creativity out of you throughout this process, and you'll realize, you know what, I do like to create. It may not be with paint when you're done. It may be, you may be thinking, I'd like to do some other things, and there's so much out there you could do. There's coloring books, those adult coloring books. They're great, and you can just get some really nice markers and go for that. But if you do like to paint, if you do want to paint in the future, there are lots of things available for that, even online. Classes. If you're in my area, you can come to my studio, learn things. If you're online, I'm going to be having, if it's not up yet already, we're going to have a class in simple, basic, how to use a brush, how to mix colors, how to draw, how to paint a simple scene, how to do things and we're going to put some spiritual content in those too. So I think you'll have fun creating something that's an actual picture, and then that can bring the meaning. And everything that you're learning in this course about expressing with emotion and representational art and shapes, if it's a sharp shape or if it's a soft shape or whatever, what that means to you. And so when you paint actual landscapes or still lifes or whatever, it will be more meaningful because you're putting in your own creative expression elements. Okay. So yeah, that's just really, really fun. And I just want to say that this is about the emotion. We said that before, feelings. But when you come into your painting time, do a couple things. Do like maybe get a journal and do a drain brain for five minutes. Everything that's in your mind right now. I got to go to the store and I got to pick up milk and I got to make sure the kids have clean clothes for the school trip and blah, blah, blah. All those things. Do a drain brain. Get that stuff. Close all of those tabs that are open in your mind, because this is emotion and we're not to be thinking. We want to shut the brain off. And it's hard to do when you have so much going on. Believe me, I know. I mean, I am the queen of having 16 tabs open. You see my computer. It's usually like I'm switching from here to here and here to here, and it's just ridiculous. My husband can't keep up. I can barely keep up. Anyway, so yeah, so it's a mental thing to just say, okay, everybody up there, take a break. All the thoughts in your head. If you have more than we usually talk to ourselves. And then there's a negative influence and a positive influence. You've got more than 3 in there. Go see somebody. Just saying. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to reiterate, we're not therapists. This is not therapeutic. This is not art therapy. This is therapeutic spiritual art. Okay? And so there's a big distinctive there. We're not going to analyze what you've done. We can help you process through it some. We do have people on hand, like I said before, that can maybe help you get unstuck if you're stuck in a certain place. But I'd recommend seeing counselors, your clergy, your friends. Everybody can help you process what's going on in your life. I'd say everybody, but there's some friends that you wouldn't want to talk to about this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Anyway, so some people ask, when a comment we get, when we have done these is, do I need to use the whole canvas all at once? Or can I put things in certain sections as we go? And basically you can do what you want, but in the end, you can show it like a process. This is what I first answered, then this is what I answered, then it went like this. Or you could paint the negative things underneath and then come back in and paint around, to paint on top of, and come out with a whole new picture. That's usually how it goes. But it's up to you. However you want to do that is fine. The other thing that I need to tell you is we're going to be asking some vague questions. When we're in a private session, we are able to ask more specific questions, but in this format, in order to meet the needs of everyone that's watching, we need to be pretty vague. So for your sake, I would like you to narrow it down for yourself and say, okay, she's asking this, but that really doesn't fit me, but so that's kind of like blah, blah, blah. So just alter it a bit and to fit yourself, whatever it brings up. I know in the inadequacy video, we talk about how answer the question, where in your life did you first start feeling inadequate when you went to do something you knew you should do? Boy, that could be a number of things. That could be recess. That could be being asked to do chores at home. That could be being expected to write the answer on a chalkboard. The math. Oh, I hated anyway, there's so many things that it could apply to. So just relax. There's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad here. It's you expressing the woundedness or the lies or the pain in your life, okay? And so many times we don't know that we're believing lies. They've been there for so long, it feels like the truth, right? That you just assume, well, I'm inadequate in these ways. My past is so bad, I have to cover up who I am to everybody I meet. I have a friend that's wonderful. She's wonderful. And she has a really, really checkered past, but she has turned it around. I'm so proud of her. And it's been lots of years. And she still feels like when she meets people that she's inadequate. There's something that, she's missing bits. So when you go through that process, just apply it to yourself. That's okay. And the other thing is, we ask God questions all the time. And you may go, I don't know, I'm not hearing from God. I think he does talk to us a lot in different ways. And the way you learn that is you just kind of like go with it, So your mind's a blank slate. You go, God, what do you think about this? And something that pops in your mind, put that down. Now, if it's it says in the Bible that if it's a good report, or honorable, or true, or pure, or pleasant, those things, think on those things. I'll find the scripture and put it in the email. But think on those things. So those things, whatever's true, whatever's a good report, that's your box for things that are godly. So if something pops into your mind that's destructive or wants, self-harm, kill you, or destroy you, or lie to you, steal, kill, destroy. That's the enemy's mode of operation. Steal, kill, destroy. So it's in one of those two camps. If something pops in your head and it's going to steal from you, destroy you, or just really kill your spirit, good thought is that it's probably not God. But if it lines up with the Bible and it's truthful and it's uplifting and edifying and something you may not have ever thought of, sometimes God says, oh man, I like you. I like how you do this. And you're like, I like that too. I didn't realize God thought about me like that, So those kind of things are the things to put out there when you're creating, and remember to journal it and to be able to have a record of that, because it's really, really cool. There's some things that are going to happen during this that you're going to be surprised and shocked, and you're going to be looking at your painting and going, oh my goodness. So I just wanted to show you one that I did a while back. This was just playing around, and I just used the sponges mainly, and I just started making shapes and whatever. I wasn't thinking about much except for light and growth. That's what I was thinking about, light and growth. And this is what came out of that. Now, I hesitate showing you these kind of things because yours doesn't have to look like that. So I'm going to show you this one. Before you start the next workshop, here's what I want you to do. We're going to give you a list of 24 emotions. And every week, I would like you to take a piece of paper, just a regular sheet of paper, fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, so that you end up with 4 sections, okay? So you'll end up with 4 sections like this, and then I want you to write 4 emotional words on there. I'm going to give you 24 words. You can pick any 4 from them every week. Now you can pick the same ones every week if you want, and if you do that, you change. Every week you may feel something different, and it may look different to you. Love might be on there every week, and it would look different to you every week. But there'll be enough to choose from that you can have 4 different ones every week, just to explore what that emotion feels like. Really, really good exercise to do before you start every workshop. So I'm going to tell you this in this video, but I probably won't remind you in the next ones. I'll put it in the email, but I won't remind you every time. So for your own sake, just start out with, priming the pump, getting ready, getting emotional, just painting with emotion. Use four words, divide them up, and then make yourself a grid. Real quick, now don't copy mine. This is anger, chaos, love, and peace. So that's what mine looked like that day. And that's not, you know, they're just scribbles. So with one color for each word, each emotion, do that. Okay? So I just want to encourage you to, I know it's real easy for me to order these kinds of things and then never do them, or to look at them and go, oh, I'll get to that, you know. But this is an important piece for you to be able to process life. And if you're having any kind of difficulty with anything, I really believe this stuff will help. Okay, and it's like time for you, and you deserve it. You deserve to take time for yourself to get the healing you need. And there'll be a lot more resources in the emails. But I just want to say thanks for coming along on this journey. And you know, you were meant to be amazing, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm excited for you to find out all the good things that you have in there, and have it on an art journal. And I think that's about all for now. But I'll see you back in a couple of days, and you're going to be starting your new workshop series. So have a great day.